There is nothing more disappointing than traveling somewhere, spending a lot of money, being excited for 6 months before you get there. And then you get there and, maybe the weather's not what you wanted it to be, but you're still pumped because, you have all this vision that you're going to execute in this spot, months of planning and prep, like you're there, you made it. So you go out and you do your thing. And you're popping off all those photos that you were so excited to get. And then you get back and you look at your images and you're like, man, I blew it. I messed up. Well, that's what today's video is about, because exactly 7 years ago, right now, obviously when this video has come out right now, if you're watching it later, not right now, but 7 years ago, right now, I went to Iceland, had a wonderful 10 days there, and I came back with a bunch of photos that I absolutely just am so disappointed in. So if you've been there before, and by there I don't necessarily mean Iceland, I just mean in this place where you're looking at your photos and you're just disappointed. Can we just process this together today? And I can tell you with good hindsight, 7 years later, how I've dealt with this. As I look at these photos and just scroll through them, they're not all bad. I mean, bad is not even the word. They're just not how I would do it today. And I think that's fair because, we all grow. We don't always do the same thing. But all these photos have two things in common, and both things were fully in my control when I was there. And I never did these things again. This was the only time I did it because I learned from these mistakes. The first thing that I did was I overplanned the trip to the point where I had us on a tight schedule to try to accomplish everything I wanted us to accomplish in the time that we were gonna be there. Which meant that I had a checklist of things we had to do during the day and times we were gonna hit certain places, and we had this window of time while we were there. Once that window of time closed, we had to get to the next spot to be able to keep up with the daylight and get to where we're gonna stay that night and get food along the way, which is actually quite a challenge in Iceland. So I overplanned the trip, and that was problem number one. Problem number two was that because I had overplanned the trip, I felt rushed the whole time, and therefore I made creative compromises that I wouldn't make today. So there were three things that happened as a result of overplanning and making creative compromises. The first thing was just rushing through every spot. As I look at my photos, I can tell you with 100% certainty that I did not spend enough time looking for great compositions because I was already thinking about where I had to be next, how long it was gonna take to get there, and then hustling through every spot. So I was in hustle, go, go, go mode the whole time we were there. And I never really got to explore the space itself and really feel out where the good compositions were. I was like, okay, that's the shot, boom, let's go to the next spot. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a planner. I'm actually a very type A planner. However, you've got to be able to work with some flexibility on yourself. And I think there's many photos I got, if I would have waited there an hour or two, maybe there would have been better light, or maybe I would have found better compositions if I would have given myself the freedom to play and explore a little more. But instead, I rushed through, and I'm very limited with what I actually have from Iceland. And it's just disappointing because it's literally so far away. So I mentioned creative compromise, right? Well, I made a big creative compromise while I was out there. I went to Iceland with 3 lenses. I had a 35 prime, not this one. Back then, I mostly shot on a Sony system for digital, and I shot on a Leica system for film, but I didn't bring that system. I just brought digital. I brought a 35 prime because that's my go-to on any system. I brought a 35 prime. I think I had it on the camera maybe once or twice. I also brought a 24-70 because I did a lot of commercial work back then, and that was like the easiest lens to do a lot of things with. I think I had that camera on the lens once or twice. Instead, the lens that I had on the camera was actually the one I put on when we first got there, a 14-24 that I had only bought because I needed a really wide lens when I went to Israel a few months before this Iceland trip because I was going to be in really small spaces, and it worked there. And so I brought it to Iceland to get, shots at like a restaurant, food shots, any interiors, like if we stayed in a cool place. But when we first landed, we got some food and I put that 12-24 on. And because I was so rushed, I didn't take it off. Like when we got to a spot, I just grabbed the camera as is, 14-24 on, and I thought to myself, if it's too wide at 24, I'll just crop it. God, that is such a creative compromise. Like I can't tell you how disappointed I am in myself that I rushed through an incredible experience using the wrong lens for the whole trip basically, and not taking time to really savor any moment. And that's the third mistake. And I'm gonna get kind of mystical with you for a minute, just go with it. Maybe you're a spiritual person, maybe you're not. But I'm a really big believer that if you are not having fun, like you can feel that through the photos. Same way, like, if you get like some music, right? And you're listening to a singer, if that singer is not having fun, I feel like you can feel it. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Drop a comment below and let me know if you agree with this position. But I feel like when I see somebody's work, I can tell if it lacks joy, if I'm watching something and it's not like, it doesn't have good energy. I just feel like I noticed that. When I was experiencing Iceland, when I was running around getting these photos, I felt rushed. I felt like I was racing the light, racing the bad weather, racing the clock, like just everything was a race the entire time. Never once did I get in a position where I could savor the moment and feel the joy of being in this incredible location. Instead, it was just a constant hustle, like it was a commercial job with a deadline, and I just rushed through every bit of this experience. I remember even like over the 10 days that my wife and I were there, we were so exhausted by the time we got to like the 6th day or so that we hit pause and we ended up staying in one place an extra day, and we cut some of what we were going to do. I can't even believe I would attempted to do more than what we already did, but we just cut it and we literally just sat at the Airbnb for a day to catch our breath. So over-planning led to being rushed. Creative compromises led to using the wrong focal length and the wrong gear while I was there. That combination together meant that I didn't feel, nor did I capture joy in these photos. Yeah, there were cool moments. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like every photo in this set is a bad memory. It was actually an incredible trip. When I look at these objectively, I'm not super happy with the majority of them. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there that I am happy with, but for the most part, it's not stuff that I'm happy with. I wanted to make this video because it's been 7 years removed from this, and we all grow. Hopefully we're all growing at all times. The more we work in this craft and we find things that resonate with us, we grow, and that's a wonderful thing. So how do you salvage disappointing photos? Well, you don't. You take the stoic approach and you just be okay with it. And the important thing here is that you learn why you are disappointed in your photos. Like I just articulated to you why I don't love these photos from Iceland. I would do them totally different if I ever had a chance to go back there. Probably would do them all on 35, but that's beside the point. If you have a set of photos that you are not happy with, you've got to be able to be honest and figure out why. Be able to articulate why. Like, what is it about this set that isn't resonating with me? Because if it doesn't resonate with you, it's probably not gonna resonate with others. And ultimately, if you're anything like me, you do photography because you love it. It's for you ultimately. And so if you're not happy, you certainly are not gonna be able to spread happiness because you yourself aren't happy. You can't pour out from an empty cup. And I share all of this with you on the 7-year anniversary so that you know how easy it is to make mistakes. but also how important it is to evaluate why. Because that's how we grow and that's how we get better. And maybe you liked some of these photos that you saw today. That's awesome, cool, great. Yeah, there's stuff in here I'm happy about. Had a great trip with my wife, it was great. But I hope to go back one day and try it all over again. It's the best thing about life, you know, nothing is finite. We can always try again. So I hope that you are encouraged by this. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them below. So drop a comment and let me know what you think. As always, like, subscribe, all those things. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.